that is about the growth of vernacular press. Hope it is coming now. So, growth of vernacular press. The title of the chapter that we have already discussed. Some of you were absent, of course, so you just read it again. But page number 102, you take all of it.
102.
So the Indian national movement, the title. Indian national
Movement.
So the title of the chapter is the Indian national movement. And today I have already talked to you about the national movement, what exactly the meaning of national movement. Okay. So when you say the national movement, it is actually we are referring to our own country. And when the movement is taking place, especially when we find that anything is going wrong, again, anything is against the our system, anything against our livelihood, against the exploitative, against the so many torture, depression, all these things actually are referring more in this chapter. So I have talked to you about some of the things. So today we go another subheading, that is the growth of vernacular press. Now the vernacular press, that is growth of vernacular press. See, when any of the difficulties if the country is facing, certainly you need to reveal it yourself, and then you have to expose. Now, who is actually exploiting us, or who were exploited at the time? So now I have to understand that this growth of vernacular press, when we speak about the press, it means some kind of newspapers, magazines, pamphlets, writings, poems, songs. These things comes under this press. Now, when we speak about the vernacular press, it means the writings and information that is actually generated in India itself. So when you look at the history, the past history of this movement, you will be able to get that how this particular press actually played a great role in order to make the people aware. Now, you see, any of the information, suppose the Britishers are doing at that time. We know in 1857, the revolt that has taken place. All these events, in fact, has taken place at that time. Most of the revolts actually was against the Britishers. And why the revolt has been taken place? Because here the Britishers actually taking the advantage of getting every bit of facilities for themselves. And the basic agenda of the Britishers, we know that they were just collecting a lot of wealth from our India and then taking it to their one country. It means many of the investment that we supposed to expected or we expecting, it was not done in India. And the investment due to this, what happened? The country was actually towards the decline, towards the famine side. It means many of the our Indian people started or dying in hunger and a lot of famine has been taking place. So this one, some of the part that we have expressed. So these are the all difficulties, things are actually expressed through the press. So we can call it the newspapers, magazines, and many others means of communication. So here, some of the name of the newspapers that was actually published. There is a name of the Hindu, Amrita, Bajar Patrika, then Bengali, Kesari, Indian Mirror, the Statements, then Rashtra Gaftar, and the Bombay Samachar. And along with this few newspapers, you can also find the regional newspapers, which was actually in a local language. Things are actually expressed, and people were aware about it. So what happened here? Now, most of the time, second part we will be discussing the British policy of discrimination. Now you must remember, when this press were actually releasing and publishing the events and the corruption that is done by the Britishers, when they were publishing, what happened? The Britishers actually came to know. The Britishers came to know that this particular press actually making us a kind of difficult to survive here. Now, once people will be aware how you are able to survive yourself. So that's why this press actually helping the common people to understand. Common people. And through the newspapers, through the magazines, many of the our Indians, educated Indians actually became more aware about their livelihood and about the corruption and exploitative systems of the Britishers. And as a result, what happened? People came in a one voice. People started uniting each other. People started collaborating each other. Before they were jealous of each other, before they were not collaborating, not associating each other. But the moment they found that these British are doing something very wrong to them, then they took this particular step. So now, after that what happened, British realized that if this particular press will continue all through our country, especially in India, then their survival will be declined very soon. So what they did, they started targeting directly to switch off which area? To switch off this press. That is, you have to stop writing against the Britishers. You write something good thing about the British. That we are producing so many products, we are just selling here, we are showing you many devices, and we are bringing the train, buses in our country. So you must be appreciated, but you don't say against the Britishers. That is the thing they were imposing on the Indians. And as a result, Indians were at that time not a fool. They were sufficiently educated. And sufficiently they have became aware about the situation. That exactly the agenda of the Britishers. So second point we have to remember, the British policy of discrimination. That is why I am just speaking. The British policy of discrimination. Now, so this particular point, when we speak, when we speak about the British policy of discrimination, it means what? They plan out, and an Indian Parliament, especially the British Parliament, decided that this press has to be banned. This press has to be closed. Otherwise, they will destroy our agenda. They will destroy our destination. So they brought one law. The name of the law is a Vernacular Press Act. Vernacular Press Act. This was actually brought by Lord Lytton. And this Lord Lytton, when this press supposed to stop writing against the Britishers, then you must remember that what exactly the agitation from the Indian side, what the outcome of the Indian side. So Indian people realize that this is the one way to stop us. When we are speaking the right thing against these people, then they are stopping us. So it should not be. It should continue. And as a result, what happened? Here, another thing happened. Another person called Lord Ripon. Lord Ripon came, and what he did? He stopped the illegal arms keeping in your home. That has to be stopped. It means he also brought the Arms Act of 1878. Arms Act of 1878. Through this act, Britishers said that no Indian houses, nobody can keep the illegal weapons. Now, see, when you are, suppose I am Indian and I am just against the British, certainly when they will not obey that, certainly one day I can take the gun and I can shoot it, no? I can throw the bomb on your office, no? Yes or no? So, British realized that since the growth is taking place, the people are already actually coming aware about their livelihood and the presence of the British and the agenda and the goal and destinations of the British. So surely the Indian people are not going to tolerate so longer this way. So what happened here? Here what happened? That the British realized that if illegal weapons will be in Indian home, we will be always in a danger. So that has to be stopped. That's why they brought this second law, Arms Act of 1878. Then another thing what happened here, you must remember, Lord Ripon actually another law he brought. You know, the moment the things are actually stopped, then many of the Europeans, many of the Britishers actually started torturing, and this remained continued. And as a result, what happened? The Indians were actually the disadvantaged side. Indians were not getting that opportunity, and then they cannot go against the Britishers, and they cannot keep the illegal weapons. It means weapons means what? Any weapons is illegal they consider. So this made the Indians more and more actually aggressive. And as a result, what happened here? That has taken place. So this particular issue noticed by who? Lord Ripon. Lord Ripon saw that many of the Europeans are actually have freely they are doing all the illegal activities. That has to be stopped now. So he brought one law for the Europeans, for the Britishers, that Indian judges also can pronounce the judgment for the Europeans. It means if they are caught doing something corrupted one, doing something illegal, or maybe any of the areas if they have committed crimes, they should be caught and they should be taken to the custody, and the judgment will be pronounced by the Indian judge. This particular law, when he started implementing in India, then all the Britishers, maximum Britishers and Europeans, they found themselves so much like agitated. They said, he is a Britishers, and then he is bringing this particular law for us. This has to be stopped. We are the actually superior people. We are the dominant people. How you are bringing this type of law and you are stopping us? Actually, we are the dominant group. We are controlling this people, and then the law will be implemented or imposing on us. It is not at all fair. So they started protesting. It means this particular law, when it was imposed on the Europeans, you must remember that there we can see the discrimination. That's why it is given the British policy of discrimination. It means when they will do illegal things, that is illegal for them, and when the Indians will do, then it is illegal. So, you found out discrimination now? So, it is the discrimination. So, next we go again. Next we go about the formation of Indian National Congress. Now, this particular points. The last point. Indian National Congress. Now, this is another big issue that has been taken place. Formation of Indian National Now see. So, Indian leaders, Indian educated leaders, they realize that if we are not given chances for keeping the weapons, our press is banned. We can't speak anything against this government. Okay, we understand. But at least allow us to form a party. So they asked they made some sort of petition letter, and then they informed to the British government that they want to form a party. Now, when you form a party, especially like a political party, certainly political party gradually what happens? It gradually takes shapes. When you plant a small plant, in the beginning root is a very small, no? But gradually the root is coming, and then this plant is holding the maximum area and ground. So the small party can become the gradually in due course of time a big party. So this particular party, Indian National Congress, was actually formed, and here 1885 and then 28 December this party was actually established. And here you can find, see, when the party was formed, so you must remember what becomes the British thought, if the party will be formed, what will be the loss or what will become for us? Then I will talk to you about the Indian National Congress. Now see, So the formation of the Indian National Congress, when they asked the petition letter, it means request letter to the British government. What happened, you know? The British government thought, oh, they are going to form the party. And nothing will happen. Small party. Nothing will happen. But they did not realize. They did not realize that this party one day can become a major party, and up to today, 2020, this party is existing. Understood? It's a major party. In 1885, 28 December, when this party was formed as a small party and a few members, educated members, asking the British government some amount of like a facility for these members and for the Indian people. So you must remember which are the very important points was actually placed for this party. Let's see. Now you see, a retired civil service or Indian civil service officer, a retired person, AOQ. He is the person, actually he worked under these producers. So he knew it very well. He knew it very well what type of like a internal system was actually existed and how corrupted these producers at that time. That one he knew very well. So he is the person who took the initiative and called the leaders properly and discussed the matter and started forming the Congress party. So today we can later we call it Indian National Congress. Okay. Now they have some of the agenda, and here this particular party was actually led by Umesh Chandra Banerjee. In fact, at the time he was actually called president. Okay. Now, what are the agendas actually placed here? Number one, create a unified platform for all the different and discordant elements of India. First point, it means everyone should be given the due equality. Everyone should be considered equal, and then unified, a kind of like unified means what? Everyone is united and should be maintained this one. Now, second point, gradual generation of the nation of India in a mental, moral, social and political terms. It means the Indian people should be treated not like a savage, not like an animal. Sometimes I was talking to you, and sometimes like in some previous classes I have talked to you that most of the our tribal peoples were actually treated as like savage, half animals. Indian dogs, that type of terms are actually used. These are all actually irrespective one. No, it is not a good job. So those areas has to be taken care. Third point, modification in the conditions of the Indians through a strong union between England and India. It means if we are forming the party, our relationship, our collaborations with you will be better, and you should be listen to us. So these are the things they put forward. Simple petitions. So as a result of these petitions, three phases has been taken place all through this year. Moderate phase that was actually began in 1885 to 1905, and then the second phase is a radical phase that was actually began from 1905 to 1918, and then the third form we are speaking about the Gandhian era, and then Gandhiji has taken the strong lead, and then his age or his term or his what called the movement began from 1918 to 1947. It means till the independence was given to India. Now, what is actually moderate? Now let's know. Now this moderates actually we can understand. Moderates actually form the political party in order to improve the condition of on economy and also political conditions. Economic and political condition. These two areas, moderate has given the core importance. It means a very important point they kept. And so you must remember here. Now, and these leaders actually have the immense faith on the constitutional way of running the party. It means no agitation, no using the unfair means, no throwing the bomb on some offices and ministers or like the British officers. Rather, with a compromising, with a debate should be acquired. So, did you remember the moderate when they brought the like agenda that they want the peaceful means of like a protest, and then any of the like areas suppose they want to gain, then they will compromise, have a debate, and then they will be getting the this particular like opportunity. So it is a moderate actually put forward. But at the same time, what happened here? You can find some of the leaders' name. That is Firoz Shah Mehta, Dadabhai Naoroji, Surendranath Banerjee, and Gopi Krishna Gokhale. These are the leaders. In fact, are the leading leaders. They were taking the initiative in order to make this moderate better. But what are we using here? The moderate leaders actually believe that the British were unaware of the ground realities. Means they thought that British were, even though they are ruling, but ground reality they don't know. Now, for example, from the television, from the television or from the studio, anybody can say anything. But when you come down to the ground directly, then only you come to know that how the situation in the city. One listener will say, oh, in Bihar and Assam there is a flood and so many people there, but he has not gone to see them. He should go there and see how people are dying or not dying. It means from the ground you have not checked what is going on. No? So that has to be checked. So these people were saying that we know the ground realities, but Britishers are not aware about it. So we should inform them so that the things will go on. And so what happened here? They demanded the increased participation in the legislative assembly. Why? If our Indian members will be in the party and more MLAs, more MPs will be there in the parliament, then their political hold will be good. But if suppose members are less, can you get any opportunity? For example, suppose from Assam, less number of the suppose MLA and MPs are selected, Assam will not have much development because not much actually they will give the importance. So big number of members means more problem will be facing in the parliament. Yes or no? So that is the thing they actually look for. So here, and then Indianization of the civil services. Earlier, for the IS or IPS or any of the like exam, they have to go to England for writing the exams. We talked about this one, no? That any of the like exams and all, they have to go to write there only, not in India. And as a result, many of the educated Indians were not becoming the IS officer, IPS officer. So this opportunity they asked to have in India. Then again, allocation of the more funds for education. It means Indian people are even though educated to some extent, but many people are still uneducated, especially in remote areas and all. No education is actually given. So imparting the education, a fund required, so that fund will be given by the parliament. That is also they ask for. And a reduction of military expenditure and tax burden. Military expenditure. Most of the European military and armies are coming from Europe country. So for them more salary. But when the Indians are working, there is no salary much given. We have already talked in the 1858 revolt. Yes or no? So that is we can see. So that one also should be reduced. Then again, tax burden. A lot of tax is actually collected from Indians in different areas. So these are also part of the agendas they kept and then they put forward. And as a result, what happened? The models work towards creating a common platform to organize public opinion in India. So these are the things about we have to see. Okay.